So, good morning, everyone. How are you feeling today? How are you feeling today? Good or bad? So, I hope you are all doing well. So, today only Orazbay Fastan and Halmuratova Khurshida is upset, yes? Are upset. Well, guys, so today we're gonna discuss one of the most common sections of criminal law called crimes against property. Yes? What it means? Shaxsning o'zgalar shaxsning mol-mulkiga qarshi tajovuz yoki jinoyatlar. Well, in legal terms, property crimes involves the illegal taking or damaging someone's property, money, land, or any other tools of properties that belonging to someone. Ya'ni qonunchilik termini bilan aytganda o'zgalar mulkiga talon-taroj qilish deganda faqatgina pul tushunilmaydi, balkim ularga bog'liq bo'lgan yer bo'lishi ham mumkin, land yokida boshqa property, mol-mulkning boshqa formalari ham bo'lishi mumkin. Lekin asosan ko'pincha qaysisi kuzatiladi? Pulmi? Money, pul kuzatiladi. So, the main goal of these crimes is usually personal gain, ya'ni profit. To gain a profit, foyda olish shaxsiy manfaatlari yo'lida amalga oshiriladi ekan. So this section is including article 164 to 169, ya'ni 164-moddadan boshlab 169-moddalarni o'z ichiga oladi. Eng ichidagi xavflisi bu qaysi? 164 va 169 ni ichida sud amaliyotida eng ko'p xavfli deb tan olingani bu bosqinchilik hisoblanadi. Okay. Bosqinchilik ingliz tilida qanday nomlanadi? Munisa? What it calls in English language? Botir? Robbery. Theft emas, robbery bo'ladi. Robbery. So it means taking someone's property by using severe violation. Like what it means? Severe violence. It means like life-threatening violence that it may be hurt someone's life or kills. Ya'ni bu yerda shaxsning mol-mulkiga emas, faqatgina uning hayoti va sog'lig'i uchun xavfli bo'lgan severe violence, seryozni, ya'ni haqiqiy qo'rqishga qandaydir bir real asos bo'ladigan violence turi hisoblanadi. Like for example, an armed person pointing his weapon to someone in order to take their money. Like o'zida qurol bo'lgan shaxs ana shu qurolni ikkinchi shaxsga o'qtalib, qurollangan shaxs qurol bor orasida ham uni ichida o'qtalib undan mol-mulkni talab qilsa, bu yerda qaysi modda bo'lar ekan? Ana shu robbery 164-modda bo'ladi. And the next article is called what? 165 in English? Extortion. So, extortion, it means demanding money or property by threatening. Yes? Like afraiding them. The threat could be like damaging their properties, hurting them, or revealing their private secrets. Yes? Ularning shaxsiy hayotiga bog'liq bo'lgan sirlarini oshkor qilish yokida kelajakda ularning mol-mulkiga, victimning, qurbonning mol-mulkiga zarar etkazish bilan qo'rqitish hisoblanadi. To'g'rimi? 165-modda, ya'ni robbery. And the next one is called plunder or mugging. 166. Plunder or mugging, yani stealing property openly, but how it can be done? Qanday bo'ladi? Ochiqdan ochiq o'g'irlaydi, lekin nima bo'ladi? Farqi? The damage without severe violence. Juda seryozni bo'lgan, juda ham ana qo'rqishga asos bo'ladigan qo'rquv nimasi bo'lmaydi, violence turi bo'lmaydi, tahdid bo'lmaydi. Shaxsning hayotiga juda ham zararli bo'lmagan usulda shaxsning mol-mulkini ochiqdan ochiq qiladi, lekin ochiqdan ochiq o'g'irlash hisoblanadi. And the next one is embezzlement. 167. Embezzlement. What it means in Uzbek? keywords in this article is that the property that was entrusted to you. Sizga ishonib topshirilgan mol mulkni nima qilish? Rastrata qilish yoki o'zlashtirib yuborish hisoblanadi. And the next one is 168. Fraud. Ya'ni fraud, firibgarlik. Okay. I will give you two case study. So I will read it first of all in English language and then we all translate it in Uzbek. Yes? So, listen carefully guys. G secretly enters a neighbor's house at night to steal jewelry, believing no one is home. While he is putting a gold watch into his bag, the homeowner suddenly wakes up and turns on the light. G ignores the homeowner's shouts to stop. He does not attack the homeowner, but simply grabs his bag, pushes past the homeowner, and runs away into the night. So, they start as one crime and end as another. Endi o'zbekchasini o'qiyman. J hech kim yo'q deb o'ylab, tunda qo'shnisining uyiga zargarlik buyumlarini o'g'irlash uchun yashirincha kiradi. U tilla soatni sumkasiga solayotganida uy egasi to'satdan uyg'onib chiroqni yoqadi. J uy egasining to'xta degan baqirishiga qaramay e'tibor bermaydi va uy egasiga hujum qilmaydi. Shunchaki sumkasini olib, uy egasini turtib o'tib, tunga qarab qochib ketadi. Tak, bu jinoyat boshida boshqa jinoyat bilan boshlanib, oxirida boshqasi bilan yakunlanyaptimi yoki boshidan boshlab oxirigacha bitta jinoyat bo'lyaptimi? Theft bo'lyaptimi qaysi? It started with theft but ended with what? Bosqinchilik bo'lyapti. Pledging or what? Mudding bo'lyapti. And the next one. S is a senior accountant at a large construction company. She has full access to the company's financial systems. She creates a fake company in the computer system and generates false invoices for consulting services that were never provided. Over 6 months, she uses her official position to approve these invoices and transfers $50,000 of the company's money into her own personal account. Is this fraud? Because she lied and created fake documents, or embezzlement because she used her job position. Tak, S yirik qurilish kompaniyasida bosh hisobchi bo'lib ishlaydi. Unda kompaniyaning moliya tizimlariga to'liq kirish ruxsati bor. U kompyuter tizimida soxta kompaniya yaratadi va hech qachon ko'rsatilmagan konsulting xizmatlari uchun soxta hisob fakturalar tayyorlaydi. 6 oy davomida u o'zining mansab vakolatidan foydalanib ushbu hisob fakturalarni tasdiqlaydi va kompaniyaning $50,000 pulini o'zining shaxsiy bank hisobiga o'tkazib yuboradi. Tak, u yolg'on gapirib, soxta hujjatlar yaratgani uchun bu firibgarlik bo'ladimi? Yoki-da o'z xizmat lavozimidan foydalangani uchun o'zlashtirish, ya'ni 167-modda bo'lyaptimi? $50,000. Fraud bo'lyaptimi yoki embezzlement? Embezzlement, yes? You're right. So, that's all about our topic. Thank you for your attention. Ruxsat bo'ldimi?